Thank you for watching our Thursday night kickoff show. I am Fidel. Alongside with me is Kendall and Jerry. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Let's get ready. Thursday night kickoff.
Thursday
Thursday
night kick.
night. Thursday night, right? Hey, come on, Kendall. Throw up the X for us one time, dude. Come on.
There it is. There it is. All right. Yes, tonight we do have some Thursday night football, and I think that's the only major sport we have besides college football. It's the Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. Not the best matchup that we have in Week 8, but this is what we have for Thursday night.
Hey, me, I want to see what if the Falcons gonna quit on the new coach Raheem Morris, or they're gonna continue to play. So they got a lot of talent down there. The Panthers, would the real Panthers show up? That's what I'm looking to see. Because it's not like they're kind of inconsistent. I know they're 3-4 and they're still right in the thick of things, but this is a big game for the Panthers.
Look, real quick. So Thursday night games are always tricky, but this game we really cannot sleep on unless it turns into a dud, right? And then somebody's really winning. But the Carolina Panthers look like they're a young, promising team. The Atlanta Falcons, they should have won last week. Oh man, we saw that replay with Matt Ryan telling the team very specifically to Todd Gurley, right? He told them don't score a touchdown. And oh man, he scored a touchdown and they lost the game. You know, I think if anything right now, this is a tricky game right here. This is a
It
very tricky
is.
game.
Well, and the Falcons should be undefeated, right, after firing Dan Quinn. If it wasn't for Todd Gurley and scoring that touchdown at the end of the game when he was not supposed to, and they did try to hit the brakes, but by that time it was already too late. He was already in the end zone. So weather might be an issue, gentlemen. So it is raining, I believe, right now, and I believe
And
throughout the whole
Charlotte,
game,
yes, it's
yeah, there's going
windy
to be
and
a rain.
rainy.
So don't expect the high flying game. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game, but I mean it might be right. Christian McCaffrey returned to practice earlier this week, but he's not playing tonight. So it is going to be Mike Davis running the ball for the Carolina Panthers.
Yes, I think that's very interesting. Another thing I want to look at this, maybe this might be. I know they said they're not going to trade Julio or Matt Ryan, but hey, this could potentially be a few Atlanta Falcons. Could be their last game as Atlanta Falcons. The defensive end, Tat McKinley, he's been rumored to be on the trade market. He might get some interest somewhere. He might get shipped off. It's a fire sale in Atlanta, I think, too. But they said they're not going to trade Julio or Ridley or Matt Ryan. Hey, what about Todd Gurley? He's on a 1 year deal. I don't think he's the future of the Falcons, but maybe they try to see if they can get something for him.
Speaking of man, it's super exciting, right? Because I mean, haven't we heard fire sale all these last couple of days for almost every NFL team?
Everywhere.
Like it's insane. Like I mean, the Houston Texans apparently everybody's available, everybody except for four players. I mean, we can eliminate Deshaun Watson from the equation, but if you
Yeah.
stop and you look at it, I mean, holy moly, like who are they? Who's available?
Well, it looks like Will Fuller might be available. I know there was conversations earlier in the week that the Green Bay Packers were interested and they made a phone call. Not too sure if that's going to actually happen, but Green Bay could sure use the help at wide receiver.
Yes, I think he would fit in nice with Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, with Devontae Adams, and you got Adams there, you got Lazard and Ventless Scantlin, so he fit good in there. Another thing, what about the Patriots? They about to fire, so they about to get rid of everybody. They about to clean the house. So I think keep an eye on Stephon Gilmore going to probably the Detroit Lions or the Arizona Cardinals by next Tuesday.
Yeah, they are going to have a fire, so it's going to be a early Black Friday special in New England.
I think you said it perfectly, right?
Yeah, I mean, man, they struggled a lot against the Niners last week, and it was not a pretty game. Julian Edelman he had a knee surgery, I think it was, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes, he's
Yesterday,
gonna be
so
out
he's
a
gonna.
couple. He's gonna be out for a few weeks.
Apparently
Man,
he's had it all season, right? That's the report
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
but
So
he just had surgery like today or yesterday, so he's gonna be out probably till like the Baltimore game, but
It-
could be. It is what it is.
hey,
well,
Real quick, Kendall, who's going to be starting at wide receiver this week for the Patriots?
That's a tremendous question. I have no
that's
clue.
what I was going to ask
They're
you.
they're gonna go with. I know Jacoby Myers. There's been some great. He's shown some great spots. At times when he's had opportunity. Jacoby Myers, Gunnar Slesky, Demir Bird. We're gonna elevate two people from the practice squad. I mean, it's a mess there, man. Nikhil
Look,
Harry.
hey, you guys have your jerseys. Go fly to New England for tryouts, and you guys be ready to play against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, who are they going to throw the ball to? I mean,
But the
Cam.
interesting thing, the good thing is, it gives some of the younger players some time to step up and show what they can do. Because right now, you're fighting for a job now. At this point, you're 2-4, 2-5. I mean, who's going to quit? Who's going to continue to ball out? So I
So,
mean,
so is the season officially over for the Patriots? Is that what you're saying?
if they lose Sunday in Buffalo, it's over.
I think it's safe to say that about the Dallas Cowboys as well. I think they just named Ben DiNucci today, the starting quarterback. I
Hey,
mean, look.
hey,
I
Jerry, hold on, real quick. What did you say before we got on? It's all Gucci. For go ahead and say it.
no, no, no,
That's
no,
what
no,
Cowboy fans are saying right now. So go ahead.
no, that wasn't me, man.
But what are the Cowboys fans saying though? Come on, you got to say it, man.
I can't say
It's
it, man.
all Gucci with Tanucci, or is that the guy's name? I don't even know. I don't even know who the guy is.
His name's Gucci. They were saying Gucci DiNucci. I think it's more on Twitter. You'll see that. Uh,
Hashtag.
yeah, I think it's a hashtag. So in other words, they're holding on to some promise that he can hold it down until Andy Dalton can get back into the swing of things. But I will say this: if anything, it's unfortunate whenever you see a project rookie quarterback having to be thrown into I mean they just throwing him right into the mix of things. But if anything, it will be good to see for the Cowboys, right? Especially to see if he can have a future as far as being the actual backup quarterback that can win
Hmm.
you some games. So, but I will say this: the Cowboys do need to win this next win to be to stay. Even
Yeah.
though the NFC East is one of those divisions that you can make the playoffs,
Yeah.
they need this win.
Well, I think the important part to mention is that the Eagles are starting to get healthy, and they still have their
Yeah.
starting quarterback in Carson Wentz. So, believers are going to have some more receivers to come back off of injury here soon. So, that's the one thing we got to keep in mind. Yeah, it's a dumpster fire right now in the NFC East, but there's teams getting healthy.
Hmm.
Well, not the Cowboys.
Well, Jerry, let me ask you a question. I mean, are the Cowboys done too?
Look,
Uh,
I think as far as it goes, yes, I don't really see that they can if they. I mean, we've been this has been a topic of conversation since like week 3, right?
hmm.
So I mean, we're already week 7. We're already into week 7, and nothing's changed. So it's kind of hard to change from one week to the other if you haven't been able to do it in the last 3 weeks or so.
If the Cowboys are in any other division, they were done weeks ago. If they're in any other division, but since they're in the NFC East, they get the benefit of that. The other thing is, and I think the league probably going to take a look at it after the year, is how the NFC West they got 4 teams that could possibly make the playoffs. It's probably not going to happen because somebody got to come out the East. So you're going to have a team come out the East that's probably going to be 6-10, 5-11, 7-9, and then you got the team in the NFC West that's probably going to have 10 wins. They ain't going to make
Yeah.
the playoffs. So that's going to be kind of this. They're going to look at it in the offseason, I think.
Well, I think that's still going to be a couple years away just because they just barely changed the playoff format for this year, right? With only the number 1 seeds having a bye week. Everyone else is playing on wild card weekend. So I think that might take a little bit to be changed. But let's briefly talk about this huge Sunday matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens.
Man, Steelers. Right now I think the Steelers are hitting on all cylinders. The Ravens, they've struggled, but they're coming away with wins. I know they've tried to add some key pieces. Uh, right. They brought in Des Bryant. But man, give me the Steelers this week. I think that's gonna be a really interesting game though.
It's crazy how we got to watch the Ravens and Steelers at 1 o'clock, with the Cowboys and Eagles at night. So why couldn't they flex that game
That
to
that
Sunday night?
that flex rule should be in effect all year. I mean, no one wants to
Yes, it
watch
should. No,
horrible
come
games,
on, man.
right? And we
At
know
least put up.
a lot of people are going to be tuned in to watch that Pittsburgh Steelers at Baltimore Ravens game. So they
I
should
think
be able to flex it.
I think Baltimore matches up good with the Steelers on defense. I mean, they brought in Ndakwe. They got Peters and Humphrey at cornerback that kind of guard on Claypool and Juju Smith and Deontay Johnson. He's balling this year. So I mean, they still got James Washington running. Baltimore's always had a pretty good run defense. But I want to see what Lamar can do on that offense because nobody talked about this. He's only played the Steelers one time, and
Yeah.
it was he didn't have a good game. He only played them one time, and he threw 3 interceptions that game last year. So that's going to be interesting there. They brought him another target, Dez Bryant. So hopefully he gets activated for the game Sunday. But I think It's gonna be a real good game. It's the early game. They should have put that game at nighttime.
So before we get off the air, who's gonna win? Right? I guess that's the most important thing for tonight's game.
I don't know why I'm gonna do this to myself, but I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh man.
Give me the Falcons.
Okay, no, you go ahead. I gotta regroup real quick.
It's not worse than Walter picking the Jets to win a couple weeks back. It's not worse than that.
Hey, but he called the Carlos Dunlap trade.
He did.
Seattle.
Walter
So-
Stringer did. Yeah, he did call that out a couple weeks back actually.
Man, this is probably the toughest game all year to pick. I'm gonna go with the.
No, it's not.
It's tough now.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
I will say this: it's going to come down to the run game. Give me the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers. All right. Well, those are your picks. Our new podcast will be out tomorrow, featuring Scott Goldbranson from Raider Nation Radio. You can hear him from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Raiders app. All right, gentlemen. That's going to wrap up our Thursday night kickoff, and we hope you enjoy the game.